and I want to welcome you guys to our conference call. I'm going to start with the mail first, so if you could mute your phones. I got some mail that's on YouTube that needs to be covered before I do anything else. And let's see, the first excuse me, piece brother wrote, I think you speak the truth, Player Supreme. However, I think that you left out the main fear behind the power of the pussy. And this is over the video I put up of the simps. He writes, I fear the possibility of getting the pussy pregnant in a world that ball and chain me to work for that piece of tail for the next 18 years. And to this brother out there that wrote this, you're reacting from fear that's not even justified. That video was on guys that over simp, or guys that fall into friend zone, rather words. Okay? Actually, no, he's talking about the power of the pussy. And yeah, that is one of the powers of the pussy, but that is not what we're talking about here. Okay? You're reacting to, a lot of guys have fear out there. I've noticed fear is the dominant force within this community. Guys are afraid to approach, guys are afraid of women, guys are afraid of pussy, guys are afraid of this, guys are afraid of that. And let me add this brother to the call. Welcome, David. I'm right in the middle of talking, and I'll be with you in just a minute. So, I know fear is like the dominant element within this community. So, he writes, when you speak on fear of pussy, address all points. And I don't have to address all points. I chose to address those points. Okay? Next fellow says, yo, Supreme, how do you deal with a situation where you're talking to a girl, and right before you go exchange numbers, a cock-blocking female or male friend of hers comes and starts a conversation with her despite knowing that she was clearly talking to me? And what you do is you say, excuse me, let me finish my conversation, and then you can go about your business here. So if you're going to get her phone number, say, excuse me, let me just go in and get this phone number, and I'll be out your two's hair. That's all you got to do. Another brother writes, do women ever choose on the beach or pool when they're tanning? Yes, they do. If they see a guy that they like, they'll choose, no matter where they are. If they're in the middle eating a salad, and they see a guy that walks by that they like, they'll choose. If they're walking to the grocery store, and a guy that's walks by that they like, they'll choose. Okay? Doesn't make a difference where they are. What other payment methods do you accept? I only use PayPal. That's the next comment, or email. Next, we have a brother saying, hey, Supreme, do you have the lecture video of how you grew into taking a girl to the dance floor that you mentioned about in your nightclub product? And I'm not sure what he's talking about there. Give me a little bit more detail there to the brother that wrote that. Lecture video of how I grew into taking a girl to the dance floor. I believe that was a podcast show that I talked about that, not a video. How to approach getting a girl that's not going to be in your city for a month. Well, if she's choosing, step over, ask her to coffee. That's all you do. I don't do hoe chasing stuff. I don't do PUA, cold approaches, or any of that stuff. I'm only about working smarter in the game. Okay, so that means I have a different approach to it. Next message was, hey, ZenMac, I need a bit of advice. Recently, I was out at a nightclub, and I met a girl. To cut a long story short, we both had a good night. We both wanted to go back to the other's place, but weren't able to because neither place was convenient. Next day, I'm messaging her, and she says she had a good time and expressed interest in meeting up with me again. That's good. After trying to arrange something before she leaves, she says she will be in other places around my country, but that she would be back in my city in 4 weeks' time. Nothing you can do about that. When she comes back in, have her hit you up. Just basic common sense here. Next brother is saying, I am wondering that if she's not, oh, that's the same message. Not going to be my city in 4 weeks. Is there any point? Yeah, in the future, she comes back. Hey, that's pussy that's interested. Hook up, bone her ass, send her home happy with a smile. All right. This brother writes a couple more questions. So, Supreme, I remember you always mentioning chakra and energy in some of the lessons you speak on. While looking at your videos, I came across this man, the 13, the Sun. What is your take on spirituality? And that's a little bit too complex for me to talk about on a video. I am spiritual, but I'm not religious, if that makes sense. I do believe in God and all that, but I don't go to church. Guys, make sure your mics are muted while I'm talking. Okay, next one. I'm also considering turning into a vegan. It may be better for my body. Plus, vegetables also cure diseases. Yes, they do. Also, when it comes to bodybuilding, since just about all the vegetables and fruits have no fat, it'll be hard for you to gain muscle size if you're trying to bodybuild. You got to eat a very special way. So, do a little more research on that. All right. Next, choosing or satisfying an ego. What's going down, he writes. Help me out in this little scenario, Supreme. Hope it ain't too much. I'm hanging out at the club, and I hear this one chick calling my name out as I walk past the bar. She was buzzing / feeling pretty good, but was discreet enough not to really notice. Now, I'm not slathering over the bitch, as she has modeled before. Well, why would, if you're not slathering, why do you mention she's modeled before? You're slathering. Let's be honest about it. And had a tight clique of cute friends. You're slathering again. That's, blowing her up. But as it turned out, it was this girl named Becca that I met in college earlier. I made believe that I didn't remember her name, and we caught up for a bit. So the question was choosing or satisfying an ego. Here's what it is. She saw someone she knew. She thought she'd catch up. That's all. Don't overread stuff. Next one. And this should be the close to the last piece of mail. But he's continuing, so we catching up. She asked for my phone. After some small talk, I head back to the floor. Danced, hung out for a while. I texted her, asked if she was still there because I knew she wasn't going to answer in a loud club if I called. She eventually saw me when she was about to leave, gave me a hug saying she was about to head out with her friends, so I pulled her hand and said, how about we hook up instead? Okay, I didn't know that went that deep. She left it hanging by saying something along the lines, I'm going to go to a friend's house first, give me a call a little later. Then that's what you do. No answer. Now I've gotten the girl's number before, so she didn't pick up. So obviously she didn't want to address the issue of you asking to hook up. Basically, fuck her in the ass. Okay, so that's our mail for the day. And welcome to the show, fellas. You guys can unmute your mics. And let's deal with some questions. Who's first?
Supreme, I got a question about choosing. What if she chose and you didn't approach? What happens? What happens then?
Well, let's look at this logically. If you didn't step up like a man, she expects you to be a man. You don't step up. Then another man comes along and she looks at him. He's gonna step up. So you lose out basically. Women ain't going to sit there forever waiting for you to grow a pair of balls and step up there, Kaizen. If she's choosing, step up. Because that means she's interested. At least go over and find out how deep the interest goes. Okay?
Is it too late to try to approach later on?
Depends on the girl. If you remember the product I put out, How to Talk to a Woman, the South American chick that I talked to said she'll give a guy a couple chances. If he ain't got the balls then, she won't have nothing to do with him. So it depends on the girl. I don't think a lot of girls are that hardcore, so I think you might have a chance a little bit later on. She was pretty hardcore about it, though. But she's very Latin cultured.
Okay.
Okay, next question there, fellas. And if you didn't make the call, I do apologize. I only can see the main screen. I can't shrink it down to see the contacts and who's coming in, all that stuff. So go ahead and ask the question. We got 3 people on the line.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what he had said about eye contact. I noticed I used to work in a nightclub, and so I was pretty much forced into the situation, dealing with trying to make some money and whatnot. So I figured if I'm in the nightclub, I may as well take advantage of it and see if I can work on my game at the same time. What I learned and I observed is dealing with African American women. I'm just talking about them. They really like a dominant person, a dominant man.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of eye contact when I was in that situation, and I remember catching myself sometimes getting eye contact and looking away. And then I noticed that at the end of the night, I looked away. I should have never looked away. I should have kept eye contact with her. and let her know that, you know, I was dominant enough to handle her. And so I noticed that a lot about women, especially older women, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They looking for somebody who can really show them that they can lead them.
Exactly.
Also.
I agree 100%. Women want men, not boys. Boys will get all shy and giggle and look all down like little bitches. They want men, okay? Because if you're a man and you're going to be dating this girl, she's going to has to trust you to be the leader in her life. Because if you guys eventually get married, she has to put all of her trust in you. If she can't trust you to be a man, then she's making a bad choice there. So women don't want to make bad choices. They're looking for men, their Kaizen and everyone else, not boys. And a boy will look at her and look down and get all shy and giggly or get all, enamored over her and shit like that. A man is going to look down at her from a place of height. Not equal, but above her. And that's the kind of men that they want. Because in order to respect someone, they got to be above you. So if they can't respect you and you're down below her, kissing her feet and worshiping her and talk about how hot she is and all that kind of stuff, that means she's above you. And as one girl said, if you're below me, why am I here with you? And that always made sense to me. Next question, please. David Zeet, is it?
Zeit.
Zeit. How's it going, David?
Yeah. It's going good. How's it going with you?
It's going really good. How's your game?
It's okay, but here's my question. When you have a few girls that you have on your team, but they start getting all serious, they all start talking marriage and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
How do you keep things kind of loose and casual when, because I'm dating kind of older women than maybe some of the other guys in the group, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's all through communication. You're probably like most guys, you hate to sit down and talk about that C word, commitment and all that. I was like that myself, but I learned to actually sit down and tell them what you expect. So if you want to just, a loose relationship, tell her that's what you want. It's called a contract. Okay? You give her your contract. This is what I want. And she can either accept it or not accept it. If she doesn't accept it, she can move on. But you got to be willing to stick to your guns. So communicate to the girls that, you're not really ready to get serious yet. That you're not quite ready for that path yet. So let's see where this goes. Let's have some fun, see how long it goes, and try to stretch out as long as you can. But understand that eventually they will get tired and they will blow out. They will get tired and they will blow. So that's one thing you have to accept. It's called cop and blow. You catch them. If you have more than one, you're playing the game, or you're not ready to get serious, eventually they will blow out. And when it's time for them to go, just wish them luck.
Are you straight up with them right from the beginning? Or do you wait
Nope.
until you've got them on your team before you tell them that about your contract?
I wait till after I get the pussy. A lot of guys make the mistake of saying, doing that beforehand. And I wait till after I'm in bed with them. And we're laying there talking. Because girls always ask, so are you seeing anyone else? And I'll say, yeah, I do date. But, I kind of like what we have, so let's see where this goes. Let's see what develops. And now you're going to see, it's like clockwork. You always can feel them thinking about it. And then they relax, and then they kind of relax into you and lay their head on your chest. That's they're surrendering to the contract. So, I'm not sure where you're at in your relationship with them, but if you've kept it all in the dark, then it's got to stay in the dark because that's not the way you started. If you try to bring it out to the light now, they're going to be upset feelings, they're going to get upset and all that kind of stuff. But in the future, after that first lay, just get to conversating with them. If they're not passed out and all that kind of stuff, or at least wake them up, and just start talking to them and ask them, so you see anyone else? And they'll ask you, well, you see anyone else? Yeah, I date. Bring it up real casually, and say, I date. I'm kind of looking for Mrs. Right, but I really enjoyed what we had this evening. I want to see where it goes. So you want to do that? And you put the ball in her court. If she wants to, she's in. If not, you got your pussy. Out the door you go. Welcome back, Justin.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not much. So, do you see what I'm saying there, David?
Huh?
I was talking to David.
Yeah, that was great advice. Thanks.
Yes. Okay. All right, Justin, what's cracking there, brother? Justin,
Yeah.
you still on your cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, what's your question?
Me?
Yeah.
Just a quick thing. I just came from a date with this chick, and she's ready. She's talking about coming over and cooking for me and stuff like that. But here's the problem. Like, my place is not really suitable for that. So, how do I play that off?
Why is it suitable for her to cook in? I'm curious.
Huh?
I'm curious about it.
It's just, yeah. I don't really have access to, like, the kitchen where I live, so.
Oh, you rent a room?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you say, hey, you know what? It's not kind of good at my place. How about you make dinner at your place?
She was with her uncle and aunt. She's a young chick.
Oh. Well, the only thing you can do is to explain it to her. What the situation is. There's no way to hide it. This one you can't get around. If she wants to cook for you, you don't have access to the kitchen area?
Nah. It's kind of locked off, so.
That's not part of your...
Ask people who are renting it here, they kind of fucked it up, so nobody can go in there now.
Really?
Yeah.
You need to get a new pad, man. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I know you're in New York, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my son Christopher was out there. I know what that's like.
Hey, man. And this chick is ready, bro.
Hey, how about this? You pull her over, have sex with her, and fuck the cooking. You saved her some time. Put on your team.
But Supreme, I get hungry, man. What's going on?
Have her bring you some Taco Bell. You'll be all right with that. Say, it's still cooking for me, and spend all that money. Why don't you give me some Taco Bell, and come on over and watch a movie, and we'll knock this out.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I would have her do that then.
Yeah.
Just have her cook something at her place and bring it to me.
Okay, that's cool, too.
Yeah. Cool.
And she can sit there and watch you eat it, and then you can jump in bed and knock it out.
Yeah, she's ready.
Oh, yeah. That's good. I'm glad for you, Justin. We're happy for you.
Thanks, man.
Any other questions?
Nah, I just came to kind of listen in and see what the other guys were talking about.
Oh, okay. All right, JL, you got another question?
Yeah, that was a good thing Justin had brought up, because I'm kind of like dealing with the situation with the, with the household or whatnot. I'm living with my mom right now. So what I was thinking recently, maybe I can just rent like a hotel room for the weekend. You know what I'm saying? When I get off work and don't have to work on the weekend, I can rent a room and then go to the clubs or go out and then meet up with the women at the hotel room and then just do my thing like that. You see what I'm saying? Rather than trying to figure out whether they need to come over to my place or me go over their place or whatnot.
That's one answer.
Yeah. And so yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm just right now looking at some good hotels or motels, you know what I'm saying, that's a good choice to go bring a girl to or bring a female to or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get that started.
Mm-hmm. Here's one problem you might run into. Some girls might think it's kind of cheap to take her to a motel. But if you explain to her, hey, I kind of live with my moms and all that, that might cause a problem. But hey, fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at this time, it's either two things.
Deal with it or not. Yeah.
It's either they're going to accept it or not, you know what I'm saying? And if they can accept it, then that's good. If they can't, then oh well.
Exactly. Chalk it up to the game. Keep stepping.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. Welcome to the call, future player. How you doing? Oh, that's right. You don't have a mic. We got another brother calling in, Ishmael. Call me Ishmael. What's up, Ishmael?
I'm fine.
How Good.
You heard me?
Yes, I can.
Good, good. Sorry, I'm late actually.
You're on what?
I'm late. I think it's like.
Okay.
Mm,
What country? What country are you in, Ishmael?
Canada, actually. I'm Canada. I'm from Canada.
Oh, Canada. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Your neighbors.
Yep.
Is it cold up there?
Actually, no. It's sunny. It's not that bad. It's like 15, 10 sometimes.
15 degrees? 10 degrees?
That's cold. Yeah, it's
Are you
yeah.
fucking kidding me? I'm in California, brother.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah. That's why I don't live in Canada. It's too goddamn cold for me, man.
Actually, it's called the north. The north is cold.
The north is
not,
cold.
Like the west, like that.
That's very true.
The north is like minus 30 and minus 25. It's crazy.
So, what country are you from?
Actually, I'm from Somalia. I born there. I born Somalia, North Somalia.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, I've seen a couple of Somalians in my neighborhood. And Senegalese. Brothers from Senegalese. And what else?
Arabs, it's like Arabs.
Like what?
Arabs, like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Lebanese.
Yeah. Yeah. My son's wife is from Benin.
Benin?
Yeah, Benin.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a great wife. I was just talking to him about, he's blowing it. He's got other girls now again, and you're blowing it. She's a great woman. She knows how to cook. She takes care of the family. She's making the money. He's not working. She's making them dough. He's fucking up.
Well, African woman. That's a real African woman.
Yes, she's from Africa.
Yeah.
She speaks like 4 or 5 languages.
I think they speak
French
French,
and
yeah? French, yeah.
French and another language called Goon from her tribe. And Goon.
Wow.
And my grandson speaks French and Goon, and he doesn't really speak English yet.
Wow.
He doesn't quite.
I
Yeah.
speak Swahili, so that's it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Different language, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are down south. Yeah,
Yeah, I speak Swahili. Very nice.
that's cool.
Nice
That's cool, brother.
talking to you, Mr. Supremo, like say.
So,
Nice talking to you, actually.
how
I've
is
been in your site like since 2011.
you been on my site since 2011?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
watching your videos.
Watching videos. Okay, on the blog. Yeah. So how's your game, brother?
It's not bad actually. I know
Okay.
it's university, so like I work and also I study. So my time all working and studying. But I have like a couple of girls, not many. It's like nice girls. You can say that.
It's amazing how people from the old country, Africa, you guys come over here and you guys work. That's all you guys do is work.
Yeah, true.
You guys work hard.
Work, study, work,
Yeah.
study.
Yeah.
It's
I think-
very hard life actually. It's not that easy to earn here living. You have to work your ass off actually.
I bet. Yeah. I applaud you guys for your hard work.
Yeah,
Apparently, you guys do really good in school. And you guys work hard. We need some of that down here in the States for the African Americans down here. We need some of that
it's
same
true,
energy.
actually.
Yeah.
We came
Yeah.
here to have a family in Somalia, so
Oh, you're breaking up.
we have to like send him money and like that,
Hmm.
Yeah, I have a family there. I have a family in Somalia, so I have
Okay.
to work hard here. Then I send him money every month like that.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
So it's hard. It's not that easy, but I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Good.
Doing well, yeah.
What's your question on the game, there, brother?
My question again is not that easy actually to answer, but my question, I have like a fear actually.
Okay. Good.
Sometimes I feel like women looking at me,
but I have like a fear of approaching. I don't know why.
Okay.
So I try to like
You keep breaking
go and
up.
say hello like that, but I feel like I want to like freezing my legs and I can move like fear, and that actually I keep hesitating like he's sitting in the corner sometimes. I hear it.
Okay. Well, first of all, Ishmael, a lot of that's based on insecurity, and you feel even with the girls choosing you, you still can't approach. That's because of your fear. Your fear you're not good enough, fear that you might get rejected, fear basically, and that's what you got to learn to get a handle on in your life is fear. I realize you're in a strange country, people don't look like you anymore, and I realize that can be kind of terrifying. That could be affecting your mind also. But if you accept the concept that when a girl is checking you out, that means she wants to be with you. So she likes what she sees. So you're depriving them of a great man. You're actually being selfish by keeping yourself to yourself and not approaching these girls because you're a hard-working man, and you're depriving them of your personality, what you have to offer, everything you bring to the table with them.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah, let's change that around and we realize let's stop depriving them of a chance to get to know a great man here.
Actually, I'm trying. I tried like before, and I tried like to step over and say hello, but it's like it's hard. Like I feel nervous. I feel like fear.
Yeah.
And I feel the problem is that I'm thinking a lot. I'm thinking a lot, like about the steps. Like
Yeah.
thinking about the step 1, I will go and say hello. Step 2, and say your name, and it's
Stop!
like that,
Stop all that
It's all
nonsense.
in my mind.
Ishmael, stop all that nonsense. Step 1, step 2. Relax.
Yeah,
Relax.
that's true. I'm trying to relax, but
Yeah.
time.
You're overthinking stuff, and you sound like you had that PA stuff in you. You gotta learn not to be robotic. Learn how to relax.
Okay.
What you want to focus on is stop thinking of it in your head, but focus on her. Okay, so let's say a girl has shown that she's interested in you, so you want to step out and find out everything you can about her. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, let's say she's 22 years of age. So she's had 22 years of life experiences. Is she from Canada? If she's not from Canada, where is she from? What made her move there? How does she like being in Canada? What does she do for a living? How does she like doing that for a living? Why did she choose that job? The questions go on and on if you really take an interest in her. So stop focusing on you and start focusing on her and what you can learn from her.
Okay.
And when you do that, because guys don't do that normally, she'll put you up on a pedestal because you're taking a real interest in her, and that's like amazing. Most guys out there, they want to,
That's true, actually.
yeah, most guys want to come up with some stupid line, and she knows what you want. But here you are, this great man is taking a real interest in her as a human being first. So she's gonna worship you. That's one secret all you guys should learn is to take a real interest in the girl. Because if you're gonna be sleeping with her, you want to learn everything you can about her anyway. Is she from a bad family? Was it like growing up in her family? How many brothers and sisters does he have? What was her mama like? Was her daddy like? What was her school like? How did she do everything? You want to learn everything you can about her as a human being first. So stop thinking from your dick and start thinking from just being a human being.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, actually. That's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good. This weekend, this Friday, I'm going to nightclub, and I will do it. I will do it, man.
Good, good.
I will do it.
Excellent. Now, in the nightclub, if they're giving you eye contact, you don't have to talk to them then. All I want you to do is step over and put your hand out.
Okay.
To ask, don't say anything, but put your hand out. And let her take your hand, take her to the floor, and dance with her. Then if she likes you, then take her by the hand and take her outside and start asking her stuff. Start getting a little bit of that life story. After about 10 minutes of conversation, I want you to take her back to the floor, dance with her some more. And then on that second time, I want you to take out your cell phone, and just hand it to her.
Okay.
Okay? Don't say anything. Don't try to yell, put your number in my phone over that loud music. Just hand it to her. She knows what you want. If she likes you, she'll put it in the phone. And then from there, let me know. Okay? From there, send me a message. I'll tell you what to do after that. It's real easy.
Okay, I will do it. I will do it, man.
Okay. Future player, go ahead and type your question into the box down there.
Yep. No.
So
I can hear you actually. I don't know. Hello?
yes,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, good. But I don't know, but the phone is like it's cracking or something.
That's probably a bad connection. I'm way out here in
Yeah.
California, but we're on the internet. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. We got future player. He's going to type his question out, looks like. David, any more questions? Earth calling.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just on mute there for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, so my situation is I was working over in Asia for a couple of years, and I just moved back to Canada, and I'm 42, okay? So when I was in Asia, it's really easy to date a lot younger there. It's just culturally, that's kind of the normal thing to do.
Yeah.
So I've got like, I was in China and I had 3 girls on my team. So one's like 24, the other 2 are 26.
Hold up, David. Hold up.
Now that I'm back in Canada...
David, hold up.
Yeah?
You dirty old man. You lucky dog, you. Okay, go on.
It was great.
I bet it was.
Now that I'm back, I got to try and get back into like the right cultural mindset.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like, can I still do that? Like, you know, sometimes I'll be somewhere and I'll be chatting with a woman, you know, I'm in a store and buying clothes, I'm in a restaurant talking to the waitress, but then I have like this, you know, I kind of freeze up because I go, wait a second, damn, you can't do that here. That's like, you know, 15, 18-year age difference. They don't do that in Canada, or, you know, same thing as US, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what do you think about that? Like, what's the age range that I can shoot for in North American culture? Or do I just forget about it and just go for whatever I want?
Actually, you can do that, but it's going to be a lot harder to do here in North America. There are a lot of guys like to date, you know, really young chicks. There's a market for it, but it's a small market. And just like if you're in business, if you're trying to market your product, you got to find out where your market is. So you got to find out where these young chicks that do like older males go. And most of them, if you go where rich men go, like guys that got money, they go to like sports bars and they go to clubs that have music, live music. That's where they show up. So that's where you need to start showing up, is where those types of environments. Hold on one second. Oh, lost him. Solitaire is trying to get it. Anyway, so it's all about a marketing thing there, David. And once you understand, you know, look at it from a business standpoint and a marketing standpoint, then it's easy to figure out, okay, well, where can I go to find these girls? And put your business mind together and you'll figure out a lot of other places. But yes, it can be done, but it's not a prevalent thing here in this country. There's a guy named David Steele who teaches older males also. You got to understand that women like that, and in those countries too, it's all about tricking. That's basically... you're looking at gold digger types of girls, and that's what happens in China also. Those women, they love Caucasian males because you guys make good potential get in the country or out of the country people, also good potential husbands. Here in the States, Caucasian males, you know, they make great husbands. They're loyal and all that kind of stuff. And girls who are Asian want to date outside the race. That's the race they'll go for. So you also got to find out, where do Asian girls go that want to date Caucasian males, and figure out where they're at. Then show up there and offer yourself. All you got to do is show up and pick the ones that are feeling you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I think I just tend to lose my confidence with them when I'm here because, you know, like I have that sort of voice in my head at the last moment saying like, oh, geez, you know, you're going to make a fool of yourself, right? Like, she's going to be thinking, holy crap, what's this old geezer doing coming on to me? Not that 42 is that old, but
Okay.
you know, that's that negative voice, right?
Yeah. Okay, sounds like you do the cold approaching thing, and recognize that it's going to be a numbers game on that one. Instead of going to show up or a place where the whole bunch of them at, and find the one that's giving you eye contact. You're doing, you're approaching girls here at the store, probably at shopping, all that kind of stuff, and it's going to be a numbers game. But if you go to where they're hanging out at, it'll be a better numbers game for you.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
While we're talking about this, I'm curious. I know you've mentioned in a couple of your videos that you lived in Japan for a while. Was that when you were really young, before you started dating, or?
Yeah, I was. The first time I was preschool, and the second time I was grades. Was it fifth, sixth, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade? Came back going into my seventh grade.
Okay, so a couple of years before your playing days.
Yeah. I actually didn't become a player until my late 20s. I was trying to learn to be a player, and I did my hunting in the library because I liked intelligent girls. That I was a bookworm, so I always went to the library everywhere I go. I just stopped reading books about 5 years ago because my eyes are starting to get bad. So now I listen to audiobooks. But anyway, I was hunting in the library, and I met a girl, my first girlfriend, and she stopped taking a birth control pill so she would get pregnant. I married her, and I stayed married for 7 years, and I just couldn't take it anymore, and I jumped back into the game at about 27 years of age. So from 27 to
than me, so I envy you.
From 27 to 40 plus, I won't name the years, but I was out there in the game, enjoying it and having fun. And I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sounds good.
So my goal is to make sure all the fellas on this call and all this stuff, get to have some fun before they get older. You sound like you're just now starting. Were you married?
Yeah. I'm the guy that wrote you a message on your YouTube channel a while back saying got married around 36, and then the wife went kind of nuts and told me, 3 months later that she was into some guy at your office.
Oh yeah.
So,
oh yeah.
Ended it right there.
Yeah. Fuck that. Yeah. Wow. What a buzzkill. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
you get married to a girl and then 3 months later you find out she's fucking some other dude?
Yeah, I don't know if she was sleeping with him yet, but she wanted to be, so that's bad enough.
That's it right there, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, at least I was smart enough to end it, not
Yes.
trying to
Yeah.
drag that out.
Yeah.
But, in a way it could have been worse if she, if I found out like 10 years into the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually worse in some ways because,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm that much older, it's that much harder to move on. So when it
Yep.
first happened, I was like, oh shit, man, a few months into a marriage, that's like the worst thing that could happen. Now I look back and say, like, damn, no, it's good. If it's going to end, better to get out quick and early,
I agree 110%. It's good you found out at an early stage of the marriage and got the hell out.
Yeah, you said it.
How's she doing anyway?
No contact with her.
Good.
That's the way I like it.
That's the way to be.
Yeah, I marry badly, but I divorce well. So.
Thank you. That's a good one too, yeah. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can read future players' question. Any set date when your new product is coming out? New product? Which one there, future player? I'm setting up my coaching program. In fact, I'm still working on that. But that I'm going to actually be doing that in my hometown. That's more for my hometown. He's typing an answer right now. While he's typing, any other questions there, fellas?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Who's speaking?
It's Justin. What's going
Hey,
on?
what's up, Justin?
I'm currently in your dance class, and it's kind of loosened me up and made me less stiff. Which I was from lifting all that weights and stuff. But my question is, so can I use like just what you have there to dance essentially with females, or will I have to like get supplements and actually like take a dance class to, you know, get to that level? Because that's my ultimate goal, is to kind of do what you did.
Oh yeah, I bet it is. I'm actually going to start doing more of that because I've been dropping a ton of weight real fast. I'm hoping by the summertime I'll be ready to come out with a new product, or at least start a new course. When I first taught that class, it was actually a class, and guys showed up and I would put up the video every day. I had a special form for it and all that kind of stuff. And then I started looking at the feedback videos, realized I can't go very fast with the guys who are showing up. So I had to make it really basic. But I do want to do an advanced one. I gave you a little taste of, a little bit later on, you'll see some sensual dancing. Okay, so I am going to give you some of that in there, of how to dance sensual with the girl. I put Jillian up there, and you know, I start doing all the shit with her. But I need a girl that is actually a good dancer. And Jovina's not, she's not very good at stuff like that. So I was going to work with a girl that was on YouTube. She's a stripper, but she was way out in Arizona. But, you know, we're talking about doing some video work together. But anyway, I am going to come out with a more advanced product somewhere around the summertime. So don't worry about that.
Okay. Now, you know, someone like me who doesn't really have like a dance background, what's like a rough estimate of, you know, time it would take just to get to the basic level of being able to seduce girls on a dance floor? Because from what you're saying, I think like this product like gives you like a taste of it, but not really like, you know, all of it to do that. So it would be like your second product, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That I never finished. You recall I got sick, really sick.
Yeah.
I'm well now. I can run. I can do all of my cardio now. I feel fan-fucking-tastic. And I'll swear by the gadget that I used. To anybody that gets the same illness I had, I'll tell them in a second. Go get a Parazapper. Because most of your illnesses come from parasites in the body. You electrocute the parasites, your body starts to heal. And that's what's happening with me. So, because remember I got sick because I got exposed to some mold in a building. And 4 years of being sick, not able to walk 100 yards without pain in your lungs and vomiting, that's pretty bad. Now I'm jogging and everything else. So, long story short, I'm going to make sure I come up with my new product because I feel great now.
Wait, so basically you were electrocuting yourself to get healthy?
No, I'm not actually electrocuting myself because you don't feel it. You don't feel it's such a low current. You don't feel nothing. Well, you feel a little bit of the handles vibrating, but the electricity of the what is it, hertz? Yeah, it's almost just like a little vibration that goes through your body. It zaps out any parasites in your body though. It zaps out the liver parasites, the kidney parasites, the lung parasites, parasites in the intestines. It electrocutes all of them. And I didn't feel like a kid again. I went to the Portuguese Hall on Saturday. They had a little steak and oyster thing, and I actually danced afterwards for 2 hours till I blew my fucking knees out. Both of us. We were walking the next day. We couldn't bend our legs. And last time I tried to dance, I only made it half a song, and I vomited. So this shit works. It really works. I'll go up against anybody that wants to challenge me on this one. Because some people think, but like Joe said, well, or Mike's wife said, well, maybe it's because you moved out of your old studio. But no, because I took an entire month off in August, and I was still sick all through the month of August of last year. So it wasn't not being in my old studio where there's mold infection, but it's the fact that I zapped the parasites that were inside of my lungs that was causing my problem.
Did you ever try like fasting? That helps too.
Yeah, I've fasted before. I've used fasting. But it doesn't kill parasites in you. But it helps you lose weight if you want to lose weight.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Let's see if we got a question from Future Player here. Let me see if I can read it. He writes out, yeah, that's about it, the coaching one. The other day, online dating, I asked this fine girl about her passions, and she was really surprised. She said, I was the first to explore her passions. Why is it they enjoy when you ask about their passions? Future player, how do I put this? It shows that you're taking a real interest in her as a human being and not just a piece of ass. That's why they like that. When you really ask something, what you're passionate about, it's very personal to people, and it shows that you really take an interest in them, not just their pussy. Okay, let's see. We got 10 minutes for more questions, so go on ahead and let's see. Who's next for the questions? Kaizen? Anything else?
Yeah. When Ishmael said something about like being fearful of approaching, like I think the main problem I have is that like I feel that I'm not good enough. Like I don't have the the finances or like the nice cars and everything, and I feel like I have to get all that stuff first before I start approaching. So I mean, is that a good idea to like get that stuff first and then like get that stuff handled, then go out into the game?
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
How do I say this? Anata wa namae wa nan desu ka?
I used to live in Japan, but I'm not Japanese.
Okay. Are you Asian?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So you have that. Were you raised in the strong Asian culture?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I was raised by my grandmother, so.
The grandmother, yeah. Ooh, okay. So, see, that's why you're asking that question about, do I need a car and all this stuff. No, you don't have to have a car and all that stuff if you want to be a player or if you just want to get a girlfriend. You can still find a girl without all that. Because black guys do it every day. They use women for their cars and their cash, all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know, how culturally programmed you are, to be the nice guy. But if you can let go of that cultural programming and step like a bad boy, then you could get past it and actually find a fine chick with a car and let her drive you around while you're working on your stuff. Which nationality are you there, Kaizen?
I'm Chinese.
China, okay, yeah. There's some badass Chinese chicks out there. With nice cars, too. What country are you in?
I'm in California, in San Francisco.
Oh, you're down the road from me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you interested in dating? Asian or white? Or black?
I really don't, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I've never had a girlfriend before, so just anything's fine with me right now, so. Like, the problem that I have is that, with white girls, I have, like, a problem looking into their eyes because, I don't know, it's colored and I'm not used to looking at, I don't know, it's just a quirk I have.
Yeah, I feel that one you have to get over. You might want to stick to people with brown eyes then. Like Latino, black, Asian. If you have a problem with, blue eyes or green eyes and all that. And because if you feel weird looking in their eyes, it's going to come across to the girl. So get into where you feel comfortable with people that you feel comfortable around. So the easiest people you feel comfortable around would be other Chinese girls. But I know your culture is really strong and all that stuff. There might be a hard nut to crack. But if you get one of the, the laid-back Chinese girls, that are all Americanized, you know what I'm talking about, the Americanized ones, might be a little bit easier nut to crack for you. Or get a sister. Because a lot of sisters are dating Asian brothers now. Not a lot, but there's a percentage are dating Asian brothers now. So that's a market for you. Also, there are Caucasian chicks that do want to only date Asian brothers. There's a gang of them.
Where do you go?
Wow, that's a good question because I've never really looked into that type of thing. You can search on the internet because I used to read girls' profiles, see what they're open to dating, and I see a lot of there was a lot of girls I ran across that wanted to date Asian, American Indian, or Caucasian. Those three were prevalent in a lot of the profiles. So if you get on like if there's like an Asian dating site, I would try there first, because girls that want Asian brothers are going to show up there. Like I use a site called Love is Colorblind, and it's for white chicks that wanted to meet black men. And I put my profile up there, and I got 17 emails in 1 fucking hour. And the thing just blew up. It was funny. And, you know, because they wanted to meet a brother, a successful brother. Not a low-life brother, but, you know, a brother had got something going for himself. So, of course, my profile blew up. So if you design a good profile for one of these sites, you're going to start pulling more of those girls that are looking for you, there, Kaizen. Are you in school right now?
I'm sorry?
Are you in school?
Oh, yeah, I'm in school.
Okay, what are you studying to be?
I actually don't know yet. I'm just taking classes. So, yeah, it's just that, like, I don't have that clout that you're talking about, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of tricky for me. That's what I feel like.
Well, you're the first Chinese brother I've ever seen that ain't got clout.
I mean...
You mean they make guys like you? So, you were raised by your grandmother, and where were your parents at?
Well, when I was younger, I was raised by my grandmother, but because my parents were working all the time. So,
Gotcha. I understand. Yeah, that's normal.
But, yeah.
Yeah. So, you're in school. Your school would be the first place I'd look around for potential girlfriends. What you're going to do, what you want to train yourself to look for is girls that are giving you eye contact. When you walk in the room, girls that look at you. And start approaching those girls that look at you on the campus. You ain't got to go any further than your campus when you walk around. I'm sure there's some girls that think, oh, Kaizen's kind of cute. That's not your real name, is it? Isn't that a Japanese name?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a Japanese name. I gave myself because I want to improve, so.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, about that choosing, like, there was this girl that, I asked you this question earlier, she gave me eye contact, and I looked at her, and I looked down, and then, like, there's another time she gave me eye contact, I looked at her, and I looked her down, and there's a third time she actually, like, she sat, like, across the room from me, and she actually didn't go to her seat, and she sat right next to me, and she looked at me, and I kind of ignored her. I don't know, it's just,
God,
now I think she's like, I think she's talking about me for like, I don't know if it's a good way or a bad way. I don't know. Just
Okay, Kaizen. Yeah. Can you put that girl out of her misery and stop? At least talk to the girl. You're probably afraid. What do I say to her? If she's in one of your classes, ask her a question about the class. You know, did you get the homework done? Just open the door so she can start talking to you. You put her out of her misery, please.
Okay.
Put the poor thing out of her misery. She's been trying for you. That could be your first girlfriend right there. So, start talking to the girl. That's your assignment for next week. Start talking to her.
But she sits across the room from me, so is it
Okay.
weird if I just like go sit next to her? I mean,
How about on the way out the door? Step in front of her. Time it so that you walk right in front of her and turn around and say, ask her a question about the class. You know, if the class was shitty, you know, say that was a shitty class today, or say that was a good class today. Did you get the homework down or whatever? Say anything about the class
okay.
that was taught in the class. Did you quite understand what he said? I didn't quite get what he said about, you know, you see what I'm saying? Anything about the class.
Okay.
If you do that, it'll open up the floodgates and she'll start talking to you.
Okay. Yeah, I think I do that.
Next thing I want you to ask her is, you know, so what are you studying? That's it. Ask her, what is she studying? What do you want to be? And that's a good conversation. Let's get her started right there. And let me know what happens, okay?
Okay, yeah, I'll let you know.
We'll keep track of this. Okay, it's 9:29. We're at the end of our time there, fellas. So I want to thank you all for coming. Justin, JL, Kaizen, David, Future Player, and Call Me Ishmael. Thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you next time. Oh, wait. We have one more question. What's better to start off with? 7 steps or confidence kicker? I would build confidence first and then take the 7 steps there, future player. Okay? All right, fellas. We out of here.
All right, thanks, Spring.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Okay.
Supreme, I sent you a message on Facebook on showing you how I got my starter hole. Go there and check it out if you get a chance.
I certainly will there, JL.
All right.
Okay. Peace.
Peace, bye.
Good night, fellas. So that's our show for the day, fellas. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the questions, and we'll do it again next time. Peace.